This is Heart to Heart with Sibongile Mofokeng on Radio Pulpit. Heart to Heart.
La Lali Piano. That is King D music featuring Dietrich Haddon, Pastor Dietrich Haddon, and they make him Gutacule Amapiano. They make him sing Amapiano. And the song is Praises. And we are very close to that month where we'll be celebrating our young people together with their fathers. And such music will be on air. Such music will be on air. Even when we're celebrating or when we are doing Child Protection Week, we will be looking at such music. Well, family, you are on Heart to Heart. I'm Sibongile Mofokeng with you up until 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, I'll say bye-bye. And Germany, Johannes will come through with something else, and then he'll continue with you on Spectrum up until 6 o'clock. From 4 up until 6, it's Spectrum. And afterwards, Pastor Ray will come with Tuesday Live. I'm excited at this moment in time. I'm excited to be talking to a beautiful queen. She's in the cup. She's in the cup. My queen, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me here today.
Wow, it's so awesome to be talking to you when you are Urkant, when you are in the Cape. 'Cause you thought we were Cape Pulpit. You thought we
I
were
thought so.
And family, I'm talking to author and recording artist Zinzi Johannes. And she started a project called Bringing a Little Light, one book at a time. My queen, can you tell us first about who Zinzi is before we can get into the book, before we can get into you as a recording artist as well?
So I am a mom and I'm a wife and I have a full-time job and I worship at my church. I love to play guitar and I love to be with family and friends and I just that's
And your
me.
relationship with Christ?
So I was very young when I met the Lord. I think I must have been, I think it must have been like 12 or something. And
Yeah.
then at about 15, I went to a youth conference and it was a prophetic youth conference. And that was the first time I actually sang a prophetic song. And I didn't know what I was doing, but I had such a lovely pastor whispering in my ear and saying, "Your song's not finished." And I was like, "I don't have any more words. What else do you want me to do here?" And he just encouraged me so much. And I just sang this song. And that's been my journey. I started leading worship soon after that. And
Yeah.
the Lord trained me. I was like, I want to do it your way, Lord. I want you to help me. I don't want to be a mold of something else. I want to be Zinzi, your child. And so he really did start a process in my heart for prophetic song and leading worship and just seeing his people engage and encounter him in a special way.
So, Zinzi, you're like me, or I am like you, because both of us gave our lives to Christ at the age of 12. Never had an
Oh,
opportunity to even be in the Sunday school. Huh? Huh? I was already in the
wow.
worship team and in the choir at 12. So you and I are the same. But now, Zinzi, there's something called, or the project that you have is called Bringing a Little Light, One Book at a Time. Tell us about that project. How did it come about? And why are we talking about it now in a month where we're raising awareness on mental health?
So this book was, I'm going to be very honest. I was very stubborn when I felt the Lord prompting me to do this book. I was actually reviewing one of my songs. It was the second last song for my album. And I was in my car in a very busy Stellenbosch, and taxis were driving fast and all of that. And I just heard, the song was done and I was just in pieces. I was crying. I was like, yo, Lord, I thought that other song was my song, but I think this is a song that's just so dear to me. And then he said Zinzi, and I was like, I looked around because I heard his voice so audibly. And he started talking to me, and he said, I want you to write a book. And I said, yeah, sure. I am busy writing a book, so this I can do. And he said, no, I want you to write a children's book. And I said, no, I've tried this. I'm not going to do that. And then he started to show my oldest son. And my oldest son, he really struggled to get into school life exams and tests, and it really stressed him out quite a bit. And I was like, okay, so are you trying to tell me that I'm writing this book for my son? And he said, yes. And when you're done looking at your son, just look behind him and see the many other children that need to hear your book. And then I was like, okay, how can I now resist this? And he told me, you'll have this book in less than 48 hours. And it didn't let me go. I was like, okay, so when are we doing this? And I'm like, I'm waiting. Where's the inspiration? And the words just came out. It just spilled out of me, literally out of my heart. And it was just a moment where I thought, okay, I've now got the words. Now what do you want me to do next? Because I mean, I don't know people. Who do I know that can draw? And how am I going to do this? This is the first time I'm doing something like this. What am I going to do? And so he literally told me in the most sweetest and kindest way. He said, um, everything you need will be available to you if you would just ask. And so I went on an expedition of asking. I literally asked everybody at work, and I asked my friends, and I was like, pray for the illustrator. I don't know what I'm doing here, and God said I must create. So now I'm creating, and I just went on asking damn teacher was like asking people, do you know who can draw? And it was so amazing. Somebody so close to me works with me, and her best friend draws. So she says, do you want to see what she can draw? And I was like, yeah, I mean, has she ever done anything like this? And she was like, no, she hasn't. I'm like, well, then we'll be doing this together as newbies, you know. And we met up. She caught my heart. She caught my vision, and she created this beautiful um, book. I mean, she just brought the words and the scenes to life, just by being so in tune with what was coming out of my heart.
Yeah. Wow. So, can you tell us a little bit about what the book is about? And so, you were talking about the struggles that your son had, but you have a story behind the story. Can you tell us about that?
So I just look at my son, and I saw, you know, how he's so focused on the struggle. So maybe he's not an academic child. He's a creative child, and maybe school doesn't allow for the creativity as much as it does for academics. So we went on a journey of literally from grade one all the way to grade six. He's in grade six now, and my husband and I, we just plowed into him, and
My
we said,
queen,
you know,
my queen, just hold it right there. I just want to fix something, and then we are coming back straight to you. I'm coming back just now. And family, the time is exactly 28 minutes just before 3 on 657 AM Radio Pulpit, your daily companion. I'm coming back with Zinzi Johannes.
Ke nako ya hore re mo rorise, ke nako ya ho rorisa morena Jesu. A re mo phahamiseng.
the pulse on Heart to Heart with Sibongile Mofokeng on Radio Pulpit.
Those were sounds from Pastor Evelyn and Pastor Naomi, Evelyn Brentford and Pastor Naomi Wesi, and the song Ameni. We were fixing something technical, always technical issues there, but we are back with my queen, talking to Zinzi Blossoms, Zinzi Johannes. And my queen, you were talking about some of the challenges that your son was going through.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. So he was just taking, school so seriously, and I could see it was starting to his joy was starting to just dissipate a bit. So when this book came about, I just wanted to have him to give him a reminder that there is more to life than just struggle. And it's called Let the Light In. So it was literally Christ's light to shine in on his circumstances, for him to remember that even in struggle, his light can still shine and his light can still penetrate the darkness, and to remember that he's special, he's specially made, and to never lose the wonder of life.
Sure. Now, when it comes to the music, you also have a song, Letting the Light In. Does it go with the project itself?
So these things happened. That song I wrote almost 3 years ago now. My father passed away, and I just asked the Lord, okay, how am I going to explain to people his very stormy life? He had a very stormy life, and even his own words, he described he was at death's door. He suffered bipolar all his life, and he went through a whole process of his behavior changing, his personality changing, and some of the decisions he made in his mania left him, I think, abandoned spiritually and abandoned, just so abandoned and so alone and in such a dark place. And when I had to step in so that his physical things could be secured, and his person could also be secured. It was literally a matter of 2 weeks before something really terrible was about to happen.
Mm.
And looking back, I just see like the hand of God over that moment, because it could have gone so wrong. And the Lord really put on my heart, it was life or death. And so I tried to be obedient, and this song speaks about a victory, that yes, he was in a barren and a dark place. And because I was close to him, the Lord used me to just wait for him and love him and love him out of that circumstance. And he followed me eventually. He was very stubborn. He was really very stubborn. But he really did follow me out from that place, because he was really at the end of himself.
Sure.
And he had nowhere else to go.
So, this song, who would you like the song to encourage? Because we are on Mental Health Awareness Month as well.
Yes. I would like to encourage everybody. Sometimes we think that we have to be so far out of it.
Mm.
We have to be in some kind of mania to get help. I want to encourage everybody, no matter what the degree of struggle is, no matter what the degree of storm you are facing, there is help. I want to encourage you that when the light from above, Jesus Christ's light shines, no darkness can stay. And I watched my father. I was in a front row seat watching the light penetrating a dark, dark place. And he's able.
Yeah. All right. Let's take the song Letting the Light In by Zinzi Blossom.
There once was a man broken. this beautiful flower is coming to
Plug in, feel the pulse on Heart to Heart with Sibongile Mofokeng on Radio Pulpit.
Letting the light of Jesus Christ in, the healing begins. And that is Zinzi, Johannes. You got to let the guitar play because she also speaks via her guitar. She's a guitarist. Oh, my queen. That is like awesome right there. Awesome.
Thank you.
So
Thank
is it a project? Frank Jacobs is like, love the show, love the music. Love the music.
Thank you.
So now, so it's a project, it's a book and the music going together. Am I correct in saying that?
Yes, and like I said, the book was like I stumbled into the book towards the end of the music, and so now the vision is I would love to just raise awareness around mental health issues. You know, our older generation, sometimes they'd be the forgotten generation. So my heart is really, really for just older generation, young generation, all generations to come and encounter the light of the Father.
Is that why you have a song called Illuminate as well?
Yes, so Illuminate, I actually wrote it for my cousin, and she inspired me a lot. You know, she was also needing the light of the Father, and it speaks of let your light shine over this child, and I just hope that the light, you know, if I could paint and just tell you what's in my mind, I always see this beautiful open wild fields, and through the clouds, the sun shining down on these wild open fields. And that's the place where the Lord wants us to run wild and free. I've always been a child of freedom, and I'm actually Zinzi Nonkululeko.
Okay.
Yes,
That sums it
father,
all.
yes, my father named me Zinzi Nonkululeko, and just being a child of freedom, that's really my heart for all generations.
Being free in Christ.
Absolutely.
You're free from all mental issues, free from life's challenges, but
Yes.
allowing the Father's light to shine on us. And I understand that in your album, you also have beautiful mysteries. So you also are a mystery, right?
We are all a mystery.
All right. Uno, is it Uho Redcliffe? I hope I'm saying it correctly.
Ooh.
Beautiful. You people in Melbourne are listening. Your people. Yeah, she says your people in Melbourne are listening. Okay, my queen. So tell us a little bit quickly about the album itself. And I know it's out. The book, I know you wanted to give giveaways today on the book. I think we need to come back and look at the book on its own.
Okay. But it's going to make its way to you on Thursday. That's what they said.
All right.
On a
Yes,
plane.
yes. I know you wanted to do that, so we will have time for that. So tell us about the album. I saw you worked with Tim Feder, and you featured him in most of the songs.
Yes. So Tim Peter is my cousin. Yes, he's my cousin, and you know, I think in the time that I lost my father, I was also going through a lot of adjustment within myself, and he was really just always there to listen. I remember I called him and I was like, sorry, I'm going to get so emotional. And I said, like, how do you explain such a difficult I mean, it was really, I sometimes can't even speak about some of the things that happened to my father. How do you tell people these things? And I started telling him about this picture that the Lord gave me, and how I saw my father as a flower, dilapidated, burnt ash, and he was really in that story. Tim was like really in that story, and I said, I think I'm going to write a couple of songs for my dad, and he said, well, then I'm going to have to record it, and we're going to do this album. And so he really did encourage me, because I was never going to do an album unless somebody came alongside me. Because I always tell people I'm a very private person, and I can be a very awkward people person sometimes. And just with his help, and just talking through some of these things, and just also God talking through some of these things with me, and not telling me, Zinzi, it's not so complicated sometimes. Sometimes it's just a story. Sometimes that's all that it is. And I was really encouraged by the way the Lord handled me through this.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, my queen, thank you so much for giving us your time. Very short today. I thought we were going to have like 45 minutes and we had to wait. But all things work together for good to them that love the Lord.
Yeah.
We also experienced some challenges when it comes to technology, but God is faithful in the midst of technology being messed up.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much. We see your heart. You might feel like you're awkward around people and all that, but we see your heart. You just want to encourage somebody who's going through adversity through your music, through the
Yes.
book, also encouraging our young people. We will have June month, and I think in June, that's where we need to talk more about the book. And right now, I'm so excited about your music. It's also available on all social media platform. No, what do we call digital platforms?
Digital platforms.
Not social, but on digital platforms. On Spotify, your music is there. On Google Store. Is it Google? Is it Google? Is it YouTube? YouTube.
So it's YouTube,
Yes.
iTunes, and Spotify.
Yebo. So your closing statement for today. We are definitely coming back in June when we will be talking to our young people, talking about the book. But what do we say in closure to encourage someone in just a minute?
In a minute, you are not alone. You're never alone. Even if you think you're alone, God is right there beside you. And if you just incline your ear and your heart and your gaze upon Him, He will come and He will speak to you and you will encounter Him.
Wow. Keep growing in this ministry. May your ministry minister to many, heal many, because it's a ministry of healing. Heal many hearts that are going through mental issues or challenges with their family members or with themselves as well. And as you said, Lord, shine your light upon this child. May the Lord shine His light upon all of us who are listening, everybody who will be listening to your music, and also to you as we are hugging you and we're saying, may the Lord, Holy Spirit, keep embracing you. I know you lost your father like a couple of years back, which is like yesterday, and may He continue walking this journey with you. We love you, and I'm going to be playing out family with the sounds of Zinzi. Nonkululeko. Zinzi Nonkululeko Johnson. And the song is Illuminate. And we say hello to Germany. Johannes on something else. Love you too much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Plug in, feel the pulse on Heart to Heart with Sibongile Mofokeng on Radio Pulpit.
Sweetly over this child, there is
There is a longing